Eventually I plucked up the courage, and it was courage to say, hey, look, this is what I think I'd really like to offer to you. And it's a 12-month program. We're doing this and activities and all sorts of things in there. And I guess I was quite surprised. She straight away said, yes, I'd love to do that.
Hi, I'm Jamie Smart, and you're listening to the Profitable Coaches Podcast, the show for coaches, trainers, therapists, consultants, and other transformation professionals. And each episode, you're going to hear a live coaching session and learn how to grow your practice, have a bigger impact on your clients, and enjoy the journey every step of the way. In this episode of the show, I'm going to be doing a one-to-one coaching session with Russell Davis. Now, Russell's a performance and mind coach who loves helping people find peace of mind, grow, and create more of the life they want. And one of the interesting things about Russell is that he left a very successful career to recreate himself and be more him in work and play. He wanted to wake up and be paid for being himself, and now he is. So welcome, Russell.
It's great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you here, and I'm excited about this because this is the first episode of a brand new format for the podcast. So it's a really cool experiment. So it's nice to have you with me. And so basically what's going to happen is I'm going to coach you for the next little while, and we'll just see what happens. So, you're going to get whatever you get, and then we'll share this with everyone. Russell, I know you gave this some thought. You wrote a little bit, like a sentence or two, about what you wanted to get from this session. But obviously that was a week or two ago. So as you sit here right now, I just want to ask you, what would you love to have happen as a result of this conversation?
I think I'd like to explore where I might be holding people back, my clients back, in a way because I'm holding myself back. I think it's still true to what I wrote. It's about, part of me thinks I'm holding back and helping people really discover what they really want in life, their true dreams. I help people, they kind of might change career and find more peace and happiness. But that's what deeper with people and really kind of rock their world. And there's a sense of maybe I'm playing small in my own life in some way that's preventing me from actually really opening up some things with some of my clients.
Well, I'm just listening to you, and I like what you're saying. And as I sit here, Russell, I'm listening to you, and I'm kind of like, oh, well, yeah, me too. Like on all kinds of levels. Me too on, I want to be the best coach and the best guide and mentor and everything to my clients that I can possibly be. And I want to show up in my own life to them, and live my real life, whatever that turns out to be. I have certain desires around that. And, could there be room for improvement? Probably. The reason I'm saying that is I can really relate, and it seems like a noble desire. And it also seems like, what sort of by definition, the impact we can have for our clients is largely going to be a function of what we've seen for ourselves and the degree to which we're showing up, and living the truth of that in our own lives. So that all totally makes sense to me. And I'm guessing that's probably a universal, wouldn't that be, that kind of state of play be true for any transformation professional, any coach, any teacher, isn't that about kind of reflecting the desire to do the best work you can do and to be the best example you can be?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think what comes to mind, maybe a specific example where I worked with someone for 3 months and they got a whole mindset shift and really got a lot out of it. And part of me holds back from actually saying, well, how would it be if you did more of this? And eventually I plucked up the courage, and it was courage to say, hey, look, this is what I think I'd really like to offer to you. And it's a 12-month program. We're doing this and activities and all sorts of things in there. And I guess I was quite surprised she straight away said, yes, I'd love to do that. And I'm thinking, okay, with that example, I can really see how I hold back in, I guess, my proposals and playing small, playing safe. I guess it's me playing small, playing safe, which as a consequence will keep them playing small. Well, normally it's not as a consequence, or not as if they're only answer. It may miss out an opportunity to explore more if we were working kind of longer.
Well, that totally makes sense to me that, you know, if you've got a kind of growing edge about making proposals to people, or, you know, going for what you really think that is going to best serve them, and also stretching yourself about, like, I'm guessing that 12-month proposal also had certain cost implications and pricing implications for you. So it totally makes sense to me. And again, I think that's probably a universal. So would that make sense to me? Russell, how can I help?
I guess it's about getting out of my own way, not bringing my stuff into when it's deciding what is best for the client, 100%. What is the ideal solution for them? If they weren't paying for it, if some philanthropist was paying for it, what is ideal for them? And just presenting that and keeping anything of me out of it.
Well, like, as I listen to you, it sounds to me like doing that, you can do that, I'm guessing. We could do that on this call. I could say, okay, think of a client, and if someone else was paying for it and you didn't have to consider yourself, what would you love to do? I'm guessing you can get the answers to those questions.
As an answer, what to propose? Yeah, I can come up with what to propose. I don't know exactly what to propose.
Okay, great. Good. So that's half of the challenge that we don't have to concern ourselves with.
No, I know what to propose and the fee and everything else, but I can sense sometimes I hold back, I bottle out and propose something shorter and smaller.
Right.
In the moment,
Yeah. Got it. So now we're at the heart of the matter, which is you're in the conversation with the client, you have something in mind that you think would be the right thing for them, the thing that you can bring, the thing that is going to most serve them. And then you get scared.
Yeah.
And scared presumably that they'll say no, or that, well, scared of what? Just so I can understand rather than presuming. Scared of what?
Yeah, I guess scared of the no. When I really want to work with them, I can see benefit of working with them, see they can get a benefit from working together, fear of them just running to the hills thinking I'm crazy, I'm a charlatan or whatever, scared of the no, scared of their judgment, scared of what they may think.
So scared that they'll say no, scared that they'll run off, scared that they'll think you're a charlatan, scared that they'll judge you, think badly of you, that sort of thing. Well,
some will. I'm okay with that.
I was going to say that
whatever I quote, I know some will. Yeah, whatever I quote. Yeah.
I mean that can absolutely happen. No doubt about it. Like that. Yeah. There are, if you're making proposals that are right for your clients, because the thing is, it's not just about the amount of time and attention you're going to give them and the amount of money you're charging and all that sort of stuff. It's also about their transformation. Like you may propose something and they're like, oh, it's not the right time, or that sort of thing. Or they might be looking for a reason not to do it, you know? So there's all kinds of other factors. But I guess my question is this, like, we know already that people are going to think whatever they think, right? And that you could propose something and they could think one thing one day and then something completely different the next day, right?
I guess what comes to mind right now is a lot of my, say, fertility clients, I do sign up, say, for 3 months, kind of a mindset makeover program. And they can see it's not about this, about fertility. It's about their mindset, knowing they're okay, whatever happens. And they see that more holistic, different view, and they get that. But also I get a sense, actually, it's not about having a baby, it's about happiness and contentment. But sometimes I struggle for them to see the benefit of doing anything longer than 3 months, because all they want is to feel better. They want to feel better, feel more okay, rather than really explore their hopes, dreams, and desires beyond having a baby. We might touch on that, but a lot of them say they don't really know, because I get that they don't understand why they don't know. It's not that they're contemplating. So it's about helping them see the benefit of going on that bigger journey, which can take bravery, because it is going into the unknown. We don't know exactly what the outcome is going to be.
So I'm hearing two things, Russell. One is a technical point, which is about how to have those conversations in such a way that people recognize the value of it, if it's a good fit for them, and say yes and all that sort of stuff. But then the other thing is sort of a piece about you modeling bravery, courage, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
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 And I'm kind of tempted to, because the sense I get, but again, I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, is that the piece that's kind of how to have a conversation where they see the value of it, that's something I get the sense you already know how to do that.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
So I'm a little confused though. So is it basically just sometimes I get scared to propose what I think they need? Or is there more to it than that?
Yeah, it's that. I'm not modeling it.
Well, they're kind of two sides of the same coin, aren't they?
Mm.
They're sort of the same thing. If I'm trying to model bravery for my clients, but I keep checking out when I need to model it, then they're two sides of the same coin.
Mm.
So, okay, I get it. So in those situations where, and even as we sit here right now, does people, saying no, having judgment, considering you're Charlotte and that sort of thing, does that look like a significant concern to you, like something you need to take into consideration?
Say that again.
Well, you said my worry is that they'll say no, that they'll think I'm a charlatan, they'll judge me, they'll think badly of me.
No, I don't think it's anything I need to take into consideration or want to take into consideration. I want to have completely nothing on what they say. I want to be completely free just to say what I think.
Oh, totally get it. I guess what I'm asking is, like, from where I sit, you are already totally free to say what makes sense to you, okay? So what I'm trying to get at is, it sounds as if sometimes it seems like you're not totally free. And in those moments, it seems like there's something else going on. Because we've both established that the fear, they might do X, Y, and Z. It's like, yeah, they absolutely might. It's like that can absolutely happen. Those things can actually happen. They absolutely can. But in the moment, how does that make it seem like you're not free to do what makes sense to you?
And as you say that, I get a sense that it is clear as day that in this moment, as I sit here now, it's clear as day I'm free to say what I think, to propose what I think best. That's as I sit here now with a calmer mind and clarity.
Yeah. So here's what I want to suggest to you. You're free and comfortable to say what makes sense to you. You're comfortable, clear-headed, and free. At another point in time, you may be free and uncomfortable. You may be free and muddy-headed, you may be, but you'll still be free to say what makes sense to you. Because to me anyway, this really is just about courage. It's about being willing to do something that you know is the right thing, that you feel frightened to do? Well, that is the epitome of courage. Like courage is not the same as confidence. If you see someone who walks, well, I'll give you a Jamie example. I'm a very comfortable, confident public speaker these days. I got nothing on it. I'm happy to go on stage, even if I'm feeling anxious or bothered. I don't care. I just go on stage, blah, 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 blah. Someone might say, wow, Jamie goes out and speaks to this huge crowd or whatever. He's so courageous. It's like, no, it doesn't take any courage. It doesn't take any courage for me at all now. However, 20 years ago, it took huge amounts of courage because I was really scared. And my first move was to go on all kinds of courses and get all kinds of therapy to try and not be scared. And I was still scared. Nothing stopped me being scared of public speaking except one thing, which is just doing it anyway.
What comes to mind, it seems so obvious, what comes to mind is the first time I quoted any package. It was a 6-week package and it was like £300.
Yeah.
And that was terrifying back then, But,
well, I remember, and you did it. You went through it.
Yeah, and now it's kind of £3,000 and I don't have anything on it. But for say, a 3-month program, but then I still get that uncomfortable feeling to quote the larger stuff. And I guess you're spot on. What I'm saying is, part of me wants you to take that uncomfortable feeling away. Part of me thinks there's something that probably is about, there's a thought process that's created that comfortable feeling, but part of me thinks I need to clear that before I feel freer and more able to quote what I really want to be quoting.
Yeah.
But it's about doing it regardless of the feeling.
I'm gonna go further, Russell. These days, I can model confident, comfortable in my own skin public speaking. I can model that. But I can't really model being courageous about doing public speaking because I'm not. I'm just rocking up and doing it. I could model that. I did a talk in 2006 where I was terrified. I just got up and did it anyway. That was modeling courage. So your clients, if what they need is courage, then what you're showing me is that you have the perfect conditions to model that by feeling uncomfortable, feeling frightened, and realizing that you're free to take action anyway. It's a beautiful thing to model. What are you noticing?
A real sense of, I guess, possibility and confidence. 'Cause in my heart of hearts, I know I can do that. Because just before the call, I was thinking, where am I holding myself back? Where am I playing small? And it's simply in that, part of my thinking can, as you know, can get out of order and create it into a bigger problem than it really is. It's not really a problem. It's just about me speaking my truth in those moments.
Yeah. And the nice thing about that is it's simple. And as far as I can tell, you've been provided with the perfect opportunities to model the very thing you want to model.
Yeah, that's what.
Isn't that cool?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah. I'm completely flipping it around and saying, there's a problem. I can't work out where cause the problem is. But actually, it's an opportunity just right in front of me each time.
Yeah. I love that.
Another thing comes to mind is sometimes, I like to think I want to do a larger package, but actually what's right for the client is maybe it is a smaller package, and that's okay. And just, again, having nothing on it and just speaking what's true, what's right for them. Because my thinking can go the other way, thinking, maybe I am bottling out, but sometimes I think I am. Sometimes I think that is the right thing to quote for them.
Well, the nice thing is, Russell, like you've already got the example of the person who said yes to your 12-month package. Just out of curiosity, what kind of price point did they do that at?
I was very low because I did one session a month. It was more because we did it right in depth, kind of 3 months together. Then after that, it was just doing one session a month. And that was £3,500.
Nice.
Just to touch base and just be there as an ongoing support. So it's a long tail kind of follow on.
But I love that, because compared to, it was only a few years ago that charging £300 was scaring the snot out of you, right?
Yeah.
Right? For
6 sessions.
Yeah. So for that package is at 5 times the price of what you were doing back then. So I think it's really cool, and it's really kind of levels the playing field to realize that we all are going to have times when we find something that's an edge for us, or where we have to suck it up and be courageous. I love courage. I think it's one of the most underrated values because it's not cool, is it? It's like, yeah, I was really scared and then I did it. It's like the cool thing is like, yeah, man, I was confident and smooth, but actually courage just shows us where we've got somewhere we can grow. And I heard someone say something very, very interesting. They said, you can't fake courage. You can't fake it. If you do the thing you're scared to do, that's courage. It's utterly authentic. That's one of the reasons I think it's so powerful, because it's real. You can't fake it. Beautiful.
And it just makes you realize that consistency is, you always come up to a new edge, and it's just about taking the courage, take the next step. It's like, the pizza walks. The first pizza walk I did 8 years ago or something, it was absolutely terrifying. Now, I still find it terrifying, but I do it in a bigger, scarier way. Each time I do it, I'm coming up against a new edge. And it's the same with this. It's just realizing it may never feel completely comfortable if I'm constantly growing and pushing my edge and increasing my fees and doing things new and differently. And that's okay. If I'm feeling comfortable, then maybe I'm not, growing as much.
I think comfort is overrated. It's nice to be comfortable sometime, but you don't need to be comfortable all the time. I remember when I first started doing boxing training, and not even like going and actually having fights, just getting into the ring and doing an hour of really hard work. And it's like, I didn't want to do it because it was scary. It's like, it was really uncomfortable. It still is. It's like, so comfortable is a value, but it doesn't have to be your top value. Well, right on, Russell. So when are you next going to get a chance to explore and experiment and play with this?
Oh, possibly quite soon. I'm always having new discovery calls each week, whether I can't say which new prospective client would be right for them to quote a larger package, but I'd imagine next few weeks.
Great. Well, would you pop onto the Profitable Coaches group and just do a quick update, either of any insights you've had since this session, or of any insights and realizations, or just what happens when you do that? Yeah,
absolutely.
Right on. Yeah. And where can people find out more about you if they want to kind of dig in and see what you're up to?
Our website is russell-davis, davis.co.uk.
Wonderful. And I want to thank you for doing this and for kind of making yourself visible and sharing your journey with the people who are listening to this in this community. I think it's really, really courageous and thoughtful of you. So thank you.
No, you're very welcome. I've 8 years ago, I heard someone being coached on a similar kind of podcast, and they were open, they were vulnerable. I could relate to so much of what that coach was going through as a struggling coach. And it was quite a turning point for me on my journey. So very happy to share and grow. So as a community, we can all be better coaches.
Wonderful. Thanks, Russell.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening. If you want to grow your profitable practice, here's what to do next. Number 1, download your copy of the free book, The Profitable Coach's Scorecard, to identify your sticking points, leverage points, and quick wins for taking your practice to a new level. It's a quick, easy read with a powerful effect, and you can get it for free at jamiesmart.com/scorecard. Number 2, Join the Profitable Coaches group on Facebook and connect with an amazing community of professionals like you and me who are passionate about growing a profitable practice and having a big impact in the world. You can join for free at jamiesmart.com/coaches. Number 3, if you want to be a guest on an episode of this podcast and have a big breakthrough in your professional life, go to jamiesmart.com/guest and enter your details. And finally, I massively appreciate that you're sharing your attention with me. Whatever you think of the show, it would really mean a lot to me if you could head over to iTunes and give it a star rating. If you think it deserves 1 star, go right ahead. But if you want to give it 5 stars, then right on. Thanks.